Good morning. I'm running around like a mad thing today. I just got back from my first personal training session with a new personal trainer, which I'm really excited about. I'll be working with him 3 times a week, and you'll meet him later in the week. And I'm slightly late for a call with the guys from Live, so I'm going to jump in on that now. Whoops. Hi, how you going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. I'm sorry I'm late, but I have an excuse that if anyone can understand it, it's you, AJ.
Okay, you were at the gym.
I got a new personal trainer, so I love seeing you in the cube. It's good.
Yeah, we basically live in here now. I sleep on, the floor for the cube. This is literally my bed.
Okay, so I'm all showered and changed, feeling fresh. I've got a whole bunch of work that I just wrapped up, including today's video. Lee sent the final cut edit, so I'm just making my minor final tweaks, including the outro, which I'll show you in a moment, which is good fun. And then just catching on a few quick emails. I had that meeting and prepping the video that I'm recording today. So it's going on 12:30, and it's likely going to bleed into tomorrow. The art I'll be producing from what we gathered yesterday when Lee and I went out dumpster diving. So it'll be interesting to see what I can come up with using just materials I have on hand and the stuff I literally pulled out of dumpsters. But it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And it's sort of taking me back to Art Attack days, because I have some plans for sort of glue and water and toilet roll mixes that he used to do on Art Attack. Who watching this used to watch Art Attack? That was my jam growing up. This is the outro that I made for the reacting to my old animations video, because I show a whole bunch of stick figure fight cartoons that I used to make, so I thought it'd be fun to make a Jazza stick figure. I'm building up quite the backlog. You can see that I've got like a huge amount of different, here we go, Deadpool. Here's me in a Deadpool costume. What else have we got? We got Pirate. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's an older one. I got more adventurous later. Oh, here's me as Rick Astley. Yeah, good times. I love making these. And I love that, like, over time, ooh, decapitated. This was Halloween. I love that, like, I'm building up this backlog. Sometimes I go back and recycle them, but wherever possible, I make a new one. Alright, so I'm mid-setup right now. I'm sort of halfway there, so I have a few things to tie up. I'm using the black backdrop because it'll look cool behind the white foam in the piece, and there's going to be, like, loo roll or toilet paper, as I usually call it, but I called it loo roll because the Art Attack guy calls it loo roll. I'm going to hang a GoPro from here, and I have my main camera here. And I'm just going to do my final setting up of this stuff, get the lighting going and set up the cameras, but I'm also tempted to set up the TV over here and just play some Netflix series, because I have like 5 hours to just chill out and sculpt this stuff, and it's going to be probably a pretty intensive and potentially frustrating process unless I have something to zone out with, so I'm going to give that a go. Anyways, I'll wrap up setting up and I'll show you what I have happening in 3, 2, 1. Oh god, that's bright. So I'm ready to go. I've got my GoPro here, which is showing a bit of a side angle top-down view, which will just be going the whole time, and then my main camera, which is, as you can tell, cropped from the front to sort of cut out the sides and get a nice clean shot of the black backdrop behind me. I've had to change tops, as you may have noticed, because the darker blue I was wearing sort of melded into the background, so I've put on something lighter, so it's sort of, there's a division there. Otherwise I've set up the general lights, soundproofing, blah blah blah, and I've got Rick and Morty on the TV over here, so that after I record my intro, I can just chill out and get creative and make weird and cool stuff, and watch a TV show that I've been meaning to watch and sort of binge, but just haven't had a chance. So I've seen a couple of episodes here and there, and I really like the tone, but time has been the issue. Fortunately today, I can just really zone out and make some stuff. This is the loot I have, a whole bunch of foam and cardboard and some miscellaneous things. Now, I still don't know what I'm gonna make, but some ideas are brewing, and then there are some feature pieces that I think could be really cool.
She started beeping and it's transformed and tried to fly away. Strange, that's usually the man's job. You know what I'm talking about, Morty? Wubble up and up, dog.
Alright, so I'm wrapping up in here for the day. I've got a fair bit done. I don't want to show you what I've got so far, but I am about halfway. And part of it is sort of culminating from a whole bunch of props. So this is my foam brush, and I have a palette, and I have a art book, sketchbook. Now, obviously these are the raw versions of them, so I'm going to artify them up and paint them and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm making progress. Okay, it's the next day. I was going to wrap up with a question of the day and come back tomorrow and blah blah blah, but I figure the day hasn't been substantial enough and shown you enough, so I thought I'd just keep going. So I finished last night. I actually came in later last night to do a bit of the glue loo roll thing. I keep calling it loo roll just because he called it that on Art Attack. And I don't know what state it's in now, but I suspect it's not completely dry, which it isn't. So I think it's because this room's been quite cold, and that means like it was a very good choice to come in here and do that stuff last night, because I will be able to dry it, with the hairdryer. But yeah, I'll be spending the first half an hour just watching Rick and Morty and hair drying these props. But they're almost dry and they're almost paintable, which is really cool.
While you were gone, I found a new wormhole with millions of beads just like them on the other side, and they're all coming to visit. What? Rick, no, you can't! It's like, Morty, the hole's opening. No, Rick, you don't understand!
So I finished recording a bit of a time lapse of me painting all the various pieces of my project white, and instead of drying them with the hairdryer as I dried the mesh, I've just sat them outside and they're drying a lot quicker because it's really sunny and nice and warm out here. So I'm going to let them finish drying, go get some lunch, and then when I get back I'll do a talk to camera bit, opening up the next segment in explaining what the model is that I'm making, and then finally painting it all and finishing it. So it was a bit time consuming, but the final part, which is adding the colour and bringing it all together, is the most satisfying part. The schedule in the last few days has been really intense, and I haven't had time to clean my studio. So Rachel came in and helped clean up, and it's amazingly clean and awesome now. But when I asked her to do that, Kate and I were jokingly saying, oh, and yes, I would like a bowl of only red potpourri or burgundy. Sort of the whole joking about the whole only red M&Ms or whatever. And I come in here and there is a plate of burgundy potpourri. I just pissed myself laughing. Rachel, you're amazing and hilarious.
This room smells like an elegant mix of the pine forest and fresh raspberries.
So, that brings us to the end of this 2-day project. I have just finished taking my final hero shots and doing the outro and all of that stuff, and I have a total of over 7.5 hours of footage, so that'll be fun for Lee to edit. I'm gonna sort of chop it all up and just do a quick compile and structure it so it's super easy for him to play with. But that being said, the result is something I'm really happy with, and I think will be really entertaining content, and I think that's just what I'm so excited about at the moment. Even though, you know, obviously it's a lot more work to pull off a project like that, and you're prone to mistakes like the Candy Art Challenge on Monday because, you know, you're taking bigger risks. But at the same time, I think when it pays off, or if it pays off, it's just so satisfying and so cool for you guys, because this really is the next step. This is where the channel has wanted to go for a long time, and I'm just so excited to be here and doing this stuff. Like, there are two things that are just extremely incredible that I'm able to do right now. The first is that studio that I could set up and have this really nice space with room to have hero shots and really nice lighting and a black backdrop and all this cool stuff, like, is incredible. I could not have done that in this space, or at least anywhere near as nice or easy. And then the second thing is to have the extra time and room to breathe to make more ambitious content because we have Lee on board. Is just, those things in combination mean that this channel is in a place where I'm able to make better and better content for you guys moving forward, and I am so excited about that, and we have big things planned. Monday is going to be insane, but we still have Friday to get through, and that's tomorrow, and that'll be fun. But for now, let's wrap up with the question of the day. Esther Crabtree says, when do you stream? I'm always late or never there. I always try and stream a little after 9 AM Melbourne time in Australia on Tuesdays. It's just Melbourne time, usually around 9:20 is when I start streaming every Tuesday in Melbourne time. So I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you in future streams. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, I'll see you later.